Stam Garden Center, your one-stop shop for spring. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small-town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Central Empire Wrestling presents Bridge City Slam 6 live Saturday, September 7th at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. Come see Jake the Snake Roberts, Buff Bagwell, former WWE Tag Team Champions Demolition, Real One Enzo Amore, The Powers of Pain, The Boogeyman, Snitsky, Jordan Grace, Cameron Brunet, and the stars of CEW. Tickets start at just $20 and include the Fan Fest from 4 to 7 p.m. Get your tickets through Ticketmaster or at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. It's Bridge City Slam 6, live Saturday, September 7th at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. It's more than a drugstore. They offer framing, merchandise like collectibles, a gift shop, crafts, college gear, and more. Plus cards, candles, and a whole lot more. Mahaska Drug is open late and on the weekends to fit your lifestyle. For more than just a drugstore, call 641-673-3439 or stop by Mahaska Drug at 205 North E Street in Oskaloosa. Mahaska Drug. It's more than a drugstore.
And here's your host, Steve Shedler.
Hi. Hello. Welcome in. It is a Tuesday, September 3rd. Hope you had a good Labor Day. Hopefully you had a day off yesterday. It was a beautiful day yesterday. We'll get to our forecast here momentarily. First, we thank Stam Garden Center and Nursery for being our headline sponsor here on The Morning Wake Up. And you can find Stam's along Highway 92 East Oskaloosa. Experience the color Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6. They are closed on Sundays at Stam Garden Center and Nursery, our headline sponsor here on The Morning Wake Up from the Oski Dental Studios. Give Dr. Dan a call at 641-673-4845. Schedule your appointment. They are accepting new patients. Going to file your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta Dental provider. And Oski Dental is at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. Let's take a look at that nice forecast. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. You can see Cindy at the Garden Gate Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Sunshine today, a high of 77. Another beautiful day today. South winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Going to get spoiled. But, enjoy today. Going to start warming up a bit next couple of days. Tonight, clear skies, a low of 49. Wednesday will be sunny, 81. Wednesday night, clear, a low of 56. Thursday will be sunny, warming up to 86 degrees. Let's see here. Currently, we do have... By the way, I should mention, don't let that 86 on Thursday scare you, as it's going to cool right back down. On Friday, in fact, sunny and 72. 66 for the high on Saturday. So, very fall-like conditions in southeast Iowa coming up this weekend. Now, currently, we do have humidity at 96%. Winds are southeast at 5 miles per hour. The barometer at 30.26. The dew point at 47. And according to the National Weather Service thermometer equipment here in the studios, Oski Dental Studios, we do have 53 degrees currently in the big town of Sigourney here in southeast Iowa. Your weather brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Now, earlier this morning, 6 a.m., we put up our This or That. It's brought to us by Stacy Flynn, Legacy Insurance Group, and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. And our choices today for This or That are beach villa or a cozy cabin. You going with the is that how you say villa, or is it villa? Am I thinking Bob Vila from the show on TV? I don't know. Are you going with the place on the beach? How about we just put it that way? Or are you going with the cabin? I don't know. Up to you to decide. I'm good with either. I'm good with either on that one. This or That. Sponsored by Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty. Bob Vila. Vila. Beach Villa. I don't know. Let's take a look at our question of the day. No villas in this one. Question of the day brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa, 202 North Main, Sigourney. Who's going to win on Saturday? Iowa or Iowa State? Or should we just say, how many points is Iowa going to win by on Saturday? Groans from the... Dan Adams is going to get mad at me, I know. He's an Iowa Stater. Iowa or Iowa State? The Hawks or the Cyclones in college football coming up this weekend? Who's going to win on Saturday? Iowa or Iowa State? That'll be our question of the day. I'm sure that'll get a lot of comments coming up at noon when that gets posted on Facebook. So Amy's Salon House and Spa with our question. Who do you think? Well, you can comment in the comments this morning if you want. I know, again, if Dan Adams is watching, I'm calling Dan out because I know he is an Iowa State fan. So we'll see if Dan responds in the comments. Let's see here. What else is going on? Let's do some stuff coming up this week. Coming up tonight, here on Steve Shetler Media. We've got Tuesday Night Tune-Up, TNT. Live streaming video from Smoky Row in Oskaloosa. We're talking racing, and we've got Safe Grafke as our host. That starts at 7 p.m. live from Smoky Row, always talking local and area racing, drivers, different events going on in our area. So you never know who's going to stop in and be a guest. Last week, we had a very, very popular show with some figure eighters here in the area. So tune in tonight, 7 o'clock, Smoky Row TNT here on Steve Shetler Media. Coming up on Friday, we're going back to Barn Wired for our Iowa Music Showcase. My buddy Jeff Arundale going to be bringing his music this Friday. Original music, live interview. Check it out in person if you'd like at Barn Wired in Sigourney. Get something to eat, get some coffee, get a drink, sit back and enjoy the show live and in person at Barn Wired, or just watch it here on Steve Shetler Media. Either way is fine with me. And then on the way on Friday night, we've got Pekin football live here on Steve Shetler Media. The Panthers got off to a roaring start this past Friday night, beating Cardinal handily. They'll be taking on Van Buren County coming up on Friday night. Once again, we'll have live video coverage for you here on Steve Shetler Media. Josh and Zach will be our announcers, so tune in Friday night for Pekin football. Then we'll get right back up on Saturday morning and have the sports section live from Brothers Market in Sigourney. We always have Pekin's Clint Weber for football, Sigourney Kyoto's Jared Jensen for football, and then I think we're going to sneak in, or at least it's sounding good. Don't just pencil this in right now. Don't use an ink pen on this. Just pencil it for now. I think we're going to have some North Mahaska volleyball also on the sports section this Saturday morning. I think we're going to have their volleyball coach and maybe a player or two. So North Mahaska volleyball off to a really good start this early season. So tune in. Sports section Saturday morning here on Steve Shetler Media. Let's put up some community calendar events. Do want to let you know that the Expo in Sigourney has been rescheduled, or the rodeo at the Expo in Sigourney has been rescheduled. That was, of course, supposed to take place back in July during the Expo Fair, but it got rained out. So that's been rescheduled for Saturday, September 21st. Make sure you put that on your calendar. Also on our community calendar, Mahaska Drug, one of our big sponsors here on Steve Shuttler Media, having their annual tailgate and bake sale. That is coming up this week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 11 to 5. So check that out. You can register for a pair of Iowa State tickets. They'll draw that for this Saturday's game sometime this week. That'll be the day before on Friday. So a lot of different things going on there at Mahaska Drug. Great place to shop in Oskaloosa. And then also coming up tomorrow, RVTV, WHO television personalities. I know they're going to have a bunch of things going on. Live music, bunch of things. Check it out in Oskaloosa, on the square in Oskaloosa. It's a community-wide Cy-Hawk celebration. I know they've got Gemma Bryce playing some music, Not Quite Brothers, and the Nadas. It's going to be a big deal. Oski is going to be buzzing tomorrow night. RVTV, and getting ready for the Iowa State football game coming up this weekend. That'll be in downtown Oskaloosa tomorrow night. Shall we do some birthdays up next? Let's do it. Happy birthday. All right. Birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Nikki Leathers, your realtor. Get a hold of her at 641-295-4142, hometown-re.com. Not a ton of birthdays today, but on the hometown side, local and area birthdays for today, we've got Annie Arduzer with a birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Lonnie Bell has a birthday today. And then my old boss, when I got into radio way back when, Scott Ewing was my boss. I would say he was my favorite boss in radio. Scott, happy birthday to you. Hope you all have a good day. Celebrity birthdays for today from basketball. The legendary Dick Motta has his 93rd birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Dick. We got actor Charlie Sheen turning 59 years old today. And then snowboarder Shaun White. Dude, hang 10. Is that what snow... No, that's like a surfer, isn't it? Well, I'm sure Shaun White is surfing or snowboarding or doing something crazy today. He's 38 years old. Shaun White, the redheaded snowboarder from the Olympics, the X Games, and all that good stuff. Your birthday is brought to us by Hometown Real Estate here on Steve Shuttler Media. Good morning to you. We're doing the morning wake up. It's brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery. I had a blank there for a second. Also by Oski Dental. You know, I can always tell when my camera is a little bit off, because if you it's going to drive everybody crazy now. Maybe I'll fix it during the commercial break. The Oski Dental sign behind me, you can tell when my camera is a little crooked because the Oski Dental sign is a little crooked. So, yeah, no. It's driving me crazy. I'm looking at my screen and I see the Oski Dental sign. We'll fix that during the upcoming commercial break. On this day in history, again, today is September 3rd. On this date in 1783, the Treaty of Paris officially ended the Revolutionary War, so there was no more revolution. 1783. 1935 on this date, an automobile went faster than 300 miles an hour for the very first time. 1935. 1951, the TV soap opera Search for Tomorrow debuted on CBS television. And it was on this day in 1970, wow, a hailstone measuring 17.5 inches, a 1.5-foot hailstone, landed in Kansas. That is a big, deadly hailstone. 17.5 inches hailstone in 1970 in Kansas. Crazy. On the National Day calendar today is U.S. Bowling League Day. If you're a bowler, which I know there are several bowlers in our area, we've got U.S. Bowling League Day today. It's National Another Look Unlimited Day. I don't know what that is. And it's National Welsh Rarebit Day. Well, evidently that is a cheesy toast of some sort. Welsh Rarebit? Am I saying that right? Welsh Rarebit Day today. Let's see who's in the comments this morning. Good morning to you, Bubby. Got Amber, Sandy, Jackie, Sherry, Patrick, Doug, Dan, Sherry. Yes, Sherry says go Hawks. Dan says you're not too optimistic. I mean, it's the Iowa State game. Anything can happen. So you never know. Sherry and Amber, yeah, good morning to everybody. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's go ahead and take a break. I'll fix my camera, hopefully, and we'll be back with more right after this.
Stam Garden Center, your one-stop shop for spring. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
As you plan your holiday grilling, consider serving a semi-sweet red wine from Tassel Ridge Winery to complement your steak and sweet corn. Iowa Silky St. Croix is a big wine with soft black cherry notes and a long fruity finish. It will make a great meal even better. The Iowa Silky St. Croix offers big red wine flavors softened with fruit and a little sweetness. It's available at some of our nearly 400 retail outlets in Iowa. If you don't see it at your favorite store, ask the manager to get it for you. Check the QR code to go directly to our website for a list of retailers. Tassel Ridge Winery is located in Lighton on Highway 163 between Pella and Oskaloosa and is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 10 to 6, and Sunday from noon to 6. Check our website at tasselridge.com.
Jeremy Empey Web Design, designing since 1999. Graphic design, website maintenance, and more. Web solutions for any size project, serving Oskaloosa and beyond. Jeremy Empey Web Design has web solutions for any size project. He can breathe life into your website, and he'll help you out with fast support. Web hosting, web development, and website maintenance. Whatever you need, Jeremy Empey Web Design can help you out. Call Jeremy at 641-295-4844 or get more information at jeremyempey.com. 965.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams.
Try it again. You're getting the hang of this. Good job.
American Family Insurance.
Contact Christy Tarr in Oskaloosa at 641-673-8965.
When shopping here at Helmuth Ford, we will do our best to put you in the vehicle that you want, that you love, and that is safe for your family.
Your safety is our focus. That's why we are a full-service repair facility.
We'd love to sell you a vehicle of your choosing. If we don't have it, we'll do our best to find it for you. If you're looking for a vehicle with low miles, a great price, and a friendly atmosphere, come visit us here at Helmuth Ford.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
See our full inventory at helmuthford.com.
Hey, we are happy to have all of our sponsors like Helmuth Ford, Jeremy Empey Web Designs, Tassel Ridge Winery, Christy Tarr, American Family Insurance. So many folks jumping on board here on the morning show, so we appreciate that. And it is time, you know what, for some things you need to know. Whoa. And some things you need to know. Well, the mayor of a small town in Georgia has been indicted on charges that he illegally left a bottle of gin in a ditch for a state prison work crew. So evidently he thought he would give the prisoners a little bonus. Leaving a bottle of gin in the ditch. Interesting. Let's see here. Other stuff you need to know. If you'd like to buy Jeremy Renner's 9,000 square foot Hollywood Hills home, hopefully you've saved a little bit. It's going to cost you $13 million for Jeremy. Hawkeye. Isn't he Hawkeye from the Avengers? Other stuff. Capri Sun. You know, they've come in those little squeeze bag things for years and years. Well, the little Capri Sun boxes and pouches are out of here. The company is planning to switch over to plastic bottles. That's kind of sad. Do you want your Capri Sun in a little squeeze bag box thing? How about the Chicago White Sox? They're horrible. Horrible. They're flirting with history for being so bad. They're on the verge of surpassing the modern-day mark of 120 losses in a season. Now, you know that the remaining members, the living members of the 1962 Mets, going to be watching that. We'll see if the White Sox can become the worst Major League Baseball team in history. How about Jurassic Park? You knew that Jurassic Park was not going to be down for long. You knew they were going to bring it back yet again, and they are. This one will be called Jurassic Park Rebirth, and will star Scarlett Johansson in it. That'll be coming out in theaters next summer, evidently. So Scarlett Johansson, dinosaurs, Jurassic Park. James Bond, let's stay there in the movies. They've been talking about a new James Bond for years. Who's it going to be? The leading contender right now seems to be 34-year-old Aaron Taylor Johnson. I am not sure who that is, but just pick somebody already and make a new James Bond movie. Let's see here. And speaking of the old James Bond, Daniel Craig, they say to brace yourself if you haven't seen Daniel Craig in a while, as the old James Bond has evidently grown his hair out long. So that'll be a new look for Daniel Craig. How about Jenny McCarthy and Donnie Wahlberg? Jenny and Donnie celebrating their 10th wedding anniversary over the weekend by renewing their vows. So happy anniversary to that lovely couple. 2 asteroids that are around the size of a football field each. Going to be passing by Earth relatively close in the next month. So football field-sized asteroids going to be going by. Maybe you can wave at them as they go by. Also, hey, I am an Oreo fan. This sounds good. Coca-Cola flavored Oreos. I'll try that. That sounds good. That's supposed to be coming out this fall in grocery stores. Let's see here. To football, San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Ricky Pearsall was shot in the chest in an attempted robbery in San Francisco over the weekend. A 17-year-old suspect has been arrested. Then in music, Adele ended her Munich residency in Germany on Saturday. She is now heading to a final Las Vegas residency. She says after that one, she is taking, quote, an incredibly long break from music. So Adele going to be taking a vacation. And then finally today, in things you need to know, scientists in Japan have taken a giant leap forward in technology to getting us closer to 6G wireless. So that will be some fast speeds on your phone. 6G getting closer. Shall we go to today's impossible question? Today's impossible. It's impossible question. All right, today's impossible question. Most of us have one of these, but 3.5% of us have two. What is it? Again, most of us have one of these. Like belly button or what? But 3.5% of us have two. What is it? What do some of us have two of? Think about that. Good morning to you, Cindy. Good morning to you, Dixie and Pat. Appreciate everybody tuning in this morning. If you want to give this show a share, feel free to do that. We are doing the morning wake up, brought to us by Atumwa Coasters. No, that was last month. I got to get that off my brain, folks. Stam Garden Center and Nursery is our September headline sponsor. That's why they're up here in the corner. Stam Garden Center and Nursery, our headline sponsor. We are broadcasting from the Oski Dental Studios. By the way, I did get my camera straightened out, as you can see. Impossible question for today. Most of us have one of these, but 3.5% of us have two of these. What are we talking about? We are talking about middle names. So, yeah, most of us have one. Some of us have two. Some people stick an extra middle name in there. So, yeah, interesting stuff. Let's go to the weird.
That is weird.
In the weird, we were just talking about Japan and things you need to know. About 40,000 people died alone in their homes in Japan during the first half of this year, which is sad and a little bit weird. A report by the country's police showing that 40,000 people in Japan have died alone at home in the first half of this year. Of that, nearly 4,000 people were discovered more than a month after they died. That's a stinky situation. And 130 bodies went unmissed for a year before they were found. So, do people just not check on their relatives and friends in Japan, or what's going on there? A lot of people dying in isolation in Japan in 2024. Let's go to some monkeys. Hey, we're the monkeys. Humans aren't the only primates who call each other by name, according to a new study. Researchers say marmosets, which is a chatty, highly social monkey species that lives in the South American rainforests, use specific calls to address specific individuals, behavior only previously observed in humans. Some dolphins and elephants also use some certain calls for certain individuals, but now, are we getting closer to the Planet of the Apes? I don't know. But they say they use some chirps, trills, and whistle-like calls for certain individual monkeys. So that's kind of interesting. Pickups are a thing here in southeast Iowa. They're also a thing in Maine. Let's see here. As a Ford F-150 was crossing one of the older bridges in the state of Maine, and he didn't make it. The driver of an overweight vehicle decided to cross one of the historic bridges in Maine, didn't even get halfway across. Instead, the bridge bottomed out, sending the driver, truck, and cargo plummeting into the water below. Let's see here. This bridge that they were on was the oldest, has the oldest history of the state's remaining covered bridges, one that dates back to 1840. So, stupid people driving heavy trucks over old bridges in Maine. That's not too smart. Finally, in some weird news today, in an unprecedented incident of arson in Greece, a 44-year-old woman, a Greek woman, set fires because, quote, she enjoyed watching firefighters and flirting with them. A 36-month prison sentence plus a 1,000 euro fine has been imposed on the 44-year-old arsonist in Tripoli, Greece. The woman was arrested 2 days ago because she intentionally and repeatedly set fires. So this woman has some sort of weird fire fetish because she likes to watch firefighters in action and she likes to flirt with them. So can't do that. Sorry. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. In some disorder, let's go to Uganda. The only thing I know about Uganda comes from professional wrestling. Back in the day, back in the 80s and 90s, there was a professional wrestler named Kamala the Ugandan Giant. And his face was painted, his chest was painted, and he had a big belly, and he would pat his belly. That's all I know about Uganda. But now I know a little bit more. Residents of a town in Uganda have put a witch doctor under house arrest for reportedly failing to resurrect a dead person. They claim the witch doctor stopped them from burying the deceased, whose body had stayed for 3 days, promising the mourners that she would perform a miracle to resurrect their beloved one after receiving a payment. Now, evidently, she didn't say, ooh, ee, ooh, ha, ha, ting, tang, walla, walla, bing, bang. That she forgot about that part, and the person did not come back to life. So now this witch doctor under house arrest in Uganda. Walla, walla, bing, bang, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah. Should we do something that might make you smile?
Something that makes you smile.
Let's try this. Hopefully you've been smiling by now, but maybe you haven't been. You can join Lifetime Dental and make your smile look all nice. Lifetime Dental Solutions at their new location. They are moved and ready to serve your dental needs at 115 South Jefferson Street in Sigourney. Dr. Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solutions. And something that might make you smile, a number coming out of retirement in the NFL. New York Giants fans might do a double take this season as a player with a number 1 jersey will be on the field. Rookie wide receiver Malik Neighbors, I believe is how you say his name, received permission to use the number 1 from the family of the late Hall of Fame defensive end Ray Flaherty, reports the New York Post. Upon Flaherty's retirement back in 1935, his jersey number became the first to be retired by any team in the NFL. Now, the new player, Malik Neighbors, says, I will wear the number with great pride. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that the number will go back into retirement when Neighbors' time with the Giants is over. So it's only temporarily coming out of retirement, but that rookie player getting the permission from the family to use that number 1 for the New York Giants in the NFL. Let's do some duh.
Duh.
In some duh, well, the California legislature just passed a school meal rule that could really leave a mark. State lawmakers on Thursday voted to prohibit California schools from serving food additives used in Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I've never had Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I like Cheetos. In fact, we've got a bag of regular Cheetos downstairs. But I've never had the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I'm kind of scared of them. Now, there's food additives in Flamin' Hot Cheetos, Twinkies, and other fluorescent snacks that are being prohibited in California schools. The move, backers argue, is necessary to limit intake of dyes that have been linked to worsened behavioral issues in kids who have attention deficit disorder, hyperactivity, and or ADHD. California, they say, has, quote, a responsibility to protect our students from chemicals that harm children and interfere with their ability to learn. So no more Flamin' Hot Cheetos or Twinkies in California schools. One last thing for today. Since we had a holiday yesterday, the box office numbers were delayed by a day. The top box office money-making movies from over this weekend: Deadpool, still at number 1. Deadpool and Wolverine at $15.1 million. That's brought in basically $600 million. So big money for Deadpool and Wolverine. Alien, the new Alien movie, Romulus, is at number 2 for the weekend, $9.3 million. It Ends With Us, Reagan, and Twisters all hanging in there with around 7.4 down to 7.1 million. And then 6 through 10, the money-making movies from over the weekend: Blink Twice, The Forge, Despicable Me, Afraid, Inside Out 2 wraps up your top 10. So, again, Deadpool and Wolverine remaining at the top of the money-making charts for Hollywood. Let's take a look at our forecast. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate again today. Nice sunshine, 77. Again, we're going to peak on Thursday with a high of 86, but then dropping back into the low 70s on Friday and 60s for a high on Saturday. Again, coming up tonight here on Steve Shetler Media, we've got Tuesday Night Tune-Up at 7 p.m. live from Smoky Row. Make sure you tune in for that. Safe Grafke is our host. Coming up at 8 o'clock this morning, in remembrance of, we'll have our What's Happening in Southeast Iowa video at noon today. That's your community calendar filled with all sorts of stuff going on in our area. Also today, let's see here, Successful Farming at 5:30. And yeah, as we mentioned, Tuesday Night Tune-Up live at 7 p.m. All right, that does it for today. You guys have a great day. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Ron, thank you. Jan, appreciate it. And everybody else for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. for the morning wake up, brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery from the Oski Dental Studios.